What is up, guys? Welcome to the video. I hope everybody is having a great morning. Today we're going to be talking about some new stuff. Since the Overwatch League Stage 1 is wrapped up, we do have a week to make some fresh videos that aren't just about the games that were being played. Sure, we'll talk about them a little bit, we'll make some more predictions, but we're also going to talk about some other things. Today, I want to focus the video on Overwatch League mid-season signings. So there's been some rumors going around, some Reddit posts, some leaks, stuff like that. So we're going to get into the juicy details of all those. I'm going to go over what I think about them and what moves I think some teams should make. So if you guys are ready for that, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and also, like I said, we have a week before the Overwatch Stage 2. And also, guys, like I said, we have a week before Stage 2 begins, so there's plenty of days to make some content. I'll probably end up making 2 videos for one of the days, so if you guys want something, let me know down in the comments. Whoever's comment is the most upvoted idea, I will make a video on that in the next coming days, so be sure to participate in that, guys, and let's go ahead and hop into this video. Alright now, so most of you guys have probably clicked on this video due to the title. Yes, Dafran joining Florida Mayhem is a possibility. Anything is a possibility. Anybody can join Florida Mayhem. Heck, I could be signed for them tomorrow. Now, more than likely, it won't happen, but there is a possibility. So yesterday, there was an announcement from the Florida Mayhem's owner that there would be 3 new players joining the roster, and one will be announced today. Of course, after this, speculation went crazy. People started throwing out the possibility that Dafran would be joining. He is taking a day off of streaming today. You never know, guys. There's a lot of people speculating on Reddit. People are hyping it up. It could be a possibility. Potentially, he could be joining. And me personally, I would love if he did. Dafran could do so much for this team. I love his ability when it comes to playing the game. He is just so damn good. His mechanics are so crisp. He always knows where to be at what time to make the perfect play. And don't get me started on Dafran's aim. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. His aim is unreal. One of the best aimers to ever play the game. And just the combination of all that makes him such a good player. And he's had so much time to reflect on the days he's spent with Selfless. I'm sure his attitude and mentality has done a complete 180. And if he were to join an Overwatch League team, they have people in place that can help players improve on things like that. They can help his mentality. They can help his lifestyle. Actual professionals, psychologists, mentors, leaders, psychologists, so many things to help a player. So as for his mentality, I think he would be completely fine in the Overwatch League. And as for him signing with the Florida Mayhem is in desperate need of some fresh new players, new faces. Someone like Dafran could really add some fire to this team. We've already talked about what he's capable of. We know that if he joined this Florida Mayhem roster, they would instantly get a huge boost. I'm not saying that they would be an amazing team. It's definitely unknown until we see it, but they will definitely start winning some sets, that's for sure. They could take games off of Dallas, San Francisco, Philadelphia, even some of the better teams in the league like Boston, Houston, Valiant. They could even upset some of the Koreans. There's one thing I won't do, and that is doubt Dafran's ability to carry a game, because that guy is insane. Hands down the best player I ever played against. And along with some new additions that are potentially joining the Florida Mayhem, the roster would be very good. So, you know, Dafran joining is a possibility. More than likely not. I'd give it, like, honestly, guys, 5% chance. I don't see it happening. I don't think Dafran is ready personally to join the Overwatch League. I think he's still in the mindset that he wants to stream, focus on that, see where the Overwatch League goes, and maybe go into Season 2. But for now, his stream is doing great. It is honestly hard to find a fan base that is as good as his. So, you know, I can't really blame him for wanting to continue to stream. That's what he wants to do. And now let's go ahead and talk about those other 3 players that are potentially joining the Florida Mayhem. One is going to be announced today. Personally, I think they need a support player. They need a tank, and even a DPS player could help them. Yeah, Tavik and Logic are definitely some decent players, but they could really use some help. Just adding a player to even practice with them and help them both get better. You know, it changed the environment up a little bit. Would help so much. Then when we talk about the tank role, I think, honestly, Seawoosh, it's not his role, man. I don't think he should be playing main tank for these guys. Maybe he can move into more of a player analyst role. I talked about this a little in my video when I said, what if Runaway joined the Florida Mayhem? And I talked a bit about what Seawish could do. He has mentioned on Twitter that he would like to see a second main tank join the team. And I think this is because he knows that just it isn't his role, and he could be a lot more useful doing something else for the team, whether it is playing that DPS role or just filling in a coach, player, analyst role. Because something that they're actually lacking in is coaches and analysts. They only have one coach, and adding someone else who can help him with the load will really improve the team. Because honestly, like, coaching a team is so hard, especially in the Overwatch League when other teams have a head coach, an assistant coach, analysts, statistic analysts, gameplay analysts. A lot of the teams in the league just have so many people working on their staff, and only having one guy, yeah, that's a yikes, guys. You know, you need more than one guy. So Florida Mayhem will definitely help if they can transition Swoosh into more of an analyst, player, coach role. It's always good transitioning someone who has that experience of being a player at such a high level into a coach or analyst role, because he could really relate to the player, and of course he has that knowledge and understanding of what it's like to compete and be under the spotlight as a player. So that's definitely something that would help them. Moving on to the supports, it's a little similar to the situation with the DPS. They have some okay supports. Nobody really shines though, and they make a decent amount of mistakes. They're never in the perfect positions. They get caught out a lot, which could be due to the fact of them not having players who can protect them well. So it's really hard to look at supports and figure out if they're really a problem for the team, unless they're just like actually suiciding over and over, which I don't think the Florida Mayhem supports are doing. They look decent. They could use another player on the team to help them improve, just like the situation with the DPS as I mentioned. There is some more speculation on Reddit as to which players could join, ones that would make more sense other than Dafran. That's kind of like a wild theory. So someone like Dante could come in and help. He was a great tracer. He played for Gigante in European contenders. He had a hell of a performance at LAN. I mentioned him in my top 10 players that should be signed into the Overwatch League. I think Florida Mayhem could definitely pick him up, and he could add a lot to the DPS of this team, as well as, oh man, I don't want to butcher this name. You guys always flame me for butchering names on this channel. I think it's Malzaza. Yeah, we're going to go with Malzaza. He is a main tank player. He played for C9EU. He was also on Laser Kittens and Cyclones, and as well as participating in the 2017 World Cup for Portugal. He has a lot of experience, and he could add a lot to this team as well. This team is definitely in need of a main tank, and I think Malzaza is definitely a great one. I've heard good things about this guy. I know that a lot of academy teams were wanting him, so he would make a lot of sense for them. He's also European along with Dante, and they're pretty much all Europeans right now. As for an addition for the support role, people were mentioning Gray, which makes sense. He also played with Malzaza on C9EU as well as Team Portugal, and he was also on Laserkins with him. So they have some chemistry there. They've played together, so it would make sense for those two to combine forces. If you want to go and get people who have chemistry together, Florida Mayhem can combine him and Malzaza. But who knows, it very well could be 3 Koreans. You never know what Florida Mayhem's going to do. They obviously need to make changes, so something drastic might happen, whether it's Dafran joining or 3 Koreans. I'm excited to see what they do. And let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. Alright, so the next team we're going to be talking about is the Shanghai Dragons, just because they have basically already confirmed, or, you know, it seems like they are picking up 4 new players who are all Korean. The main one who's already been talked about a lot has been Jaguri, the female player from Rox Orcus, who played in Apex. She's definitely very good Zarya. And side note, I think it's really awesome that there will be a female player in the Overwatch League. It's really cool to see. It's not all about being a guy in esports. You can be a girl, you can be a guy, you can be whatever you want to be, as long as you grind the game, work your ass off to try to be the best. Sure, like I've always said though, other factors do play a part. You have to be somewhat talented, you have to have the right mindset and all that. But if you put the work in, guys, you will more than likely succeed. So now, besides her joining the Shanghai Dragons, Monty actually potentially slipped up and confirmed the ESPN article that came out from Slasher around last week that basically leaked 2 players from MVP Space would be joining the Shanghai Dragons, one being their team captain and tank player, Fearless, and then the second one being the support flex player, Addo. Now, MVP Space was looking very strong in Season 4 of Apex. They were picking up some wins off of great teams, one of those teams even being Lunatic High. And they definitely look like they could become a great team. So I think Shanghai is really smart picking up these 2 players from MVP Space. They seem like rising stars, and they could definitely add some depth to the Shanghai roster. Their main tank and supports have definitely been slacking. I think they're strongest in the DPS area with Daya and Undead. So these additions will definitely be nice. There's also a potential fourth player being added that has not been named or leaked anywhere. So, screw it, guys. Our Dafran hopes are alive. Dafran joining Shanghai Dragons confirmed. Obviously, I'm joking. But again, you never know. You never know, guys. Anybody could join it. I could be playing for the Shanghai Dragons tomorrow. Send me the contract, boys. But anyways, it's great to see news coming out from both of the weakest teams in the league, the Florida Mayhem and Shanghai Dragons. They are the first to make moves in the midseason signings. Well, simply put, because they need to. And it's good to see them getting on top of it. I think we more so know what the Shanghai Dragons are going to do. And Florida Mayhem is really up in the air right now. Like I said earlier, they could get, honestly, anybody. They already announced that they were picking up Zappies, so that's nice, and 3 more players coming along. That puts them at a 10-man roster. They're desperately in need of that. Hopefully they pick up some more staff too. I have heard that they are looking for some, so hey, if you guys are a coach or analyst and you want to get in the Overwatch League, send your resume over to Florida Mayhem. They do need staff. And that's basically it for some of the speculation, leaks, and mid-season signings coming out. I figured we'd start off with these 2 teams since there has been some announced stuff and some cool rumors and speculation to go over. In the upcoming week, I will definitely be talking more about mid-season signings, what some teams should do, and covering all the latest news and what my opinion is on all of it. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like and subscription. And again, be sure to go down in the comments. Let me know and upvote the comment that you guys want to see me do in my next video. And I'm basically out of here, guys. Follow all my social medias. You can see behind the scenes stuff on my Snapchat, as well as take a look at my real life. I try my best to post daily on there. And you guys can also follow me on the Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. Thank you for watching, guys. I'm out of here. Peace.